Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. Not done with mods yet before we get back into the Death Wishes. I am working on the next one. I've actually done my practicing and I will leave my thoughts after a couple more mod videos because we've got another challenge road in our midst before we can progress with anything else because they are a time sensitive thing, mostly a fortnight worth of being available. And it's quite colourful, to say the very least. We've got Zesty Orange, the blues, and the Rainbow Blues. I don't actually understand what the blues are for that, but they all have something in common. They're all blue rifts. Despite the colour, in terms of type, they are blue rifts. The thing is that they were all made for the modding jam. Where is it? Discord modding jam number 4. Here we are, a Hat in Time Discord's modding jam for September 2019. So it's actually quite recent, because we're in October right now, and September just went by. So these are incredibly recent, and all 3 of them are from that particular modding jam of September 2019. So these are all relatively new, they're all relatively fresh, and they are all blue rifts, so that's the idea. So we got the blues, the Rainbow Blues, and Zesty Orange. So let's go have a read of them all before we hop in, as per usual, to give credit where credit is due. We have Zesty Orange by Cat Cube. A Zesty Orange soda rift full of spinning platforms, bubbles, and platforming with and without the hook shot. Made in a week and on my laptop at school. Hope you have fun. So this was made in your spare time at school. That's dedication to what you love. So that requires the hookshot badge to go through, and yeah, with the theme of Blue Rift. Now, I'm gonna give this one a preemptive thumbs up, because obviously played this before to get it on my own personal file, and there are collectibles to grab in the blues, and only the blues, but the Zesty Orange, I'm a fan. And we're going to get into why that is in a bit. For the blues, made by Floofy. Enjoy the gloomy yet homey atmosphere of this blue time rift that's constantly in the middle of a downpour. This level is a light platforming level that isn't too challenging. It still is quite, but not too highly skillful, if that makes sense. You don't really have to be highly skilled to get through it. It only requires the knowledge of running and jumping. No hats or badges required. There's a I can't scroll down unless I get the mouse again, but there's a timepiece, 3 yarn, and 3 tokens. So we're going to get 4 tokens out of this one, because obviously I'm going to play them in my own time so we get some rolls, because I've added a couple more mods into the Rift Roulette, and funnily enough, it's only one mod, but it gives you a level 11 thing, so if we have a little bit of time, we might cover that. If not, I'll probably leave it for the next episode or something. But, yeah, for the Rainbow Blues, by, once again, Star Shoals, he just always seems to put himself full front into the modding scene. Another time rift for the Hat Discord's Blue Rift modding jam, this time with a lot more rainbow and even more difficult. Apparently this is a sequel, I haven't played the original, and that's a thing, so that actually reminds me, I need to go change something. I need to remove the Wario Land 4 Hurry Up music, because even though I love listening to that while going through rift collapses, because it's the only thing that keeps me sane, really, because it's so well done. It is one of my favourite themes, but while you're actually going through a rift collapse, it does get the blood pumping, which I guess is the whole point, but when I'm not in a speedrunning area, that's a thing. I had to turn that off because one of these levels actually uses that music, and, well, the problem is with Wario Land's version of the Rift Collapse, it doesn't loop. So I want to remove that because we're going to be spending a lot of time in these levels, more than what the music would allow. So if we have the original music play, it will loop fine. So with that, let's hop in. Of course, we will once again clip in the additional playthroughs to get the mod rift tokens for the mod timepieces outside the time rift, and the prizes that may or may not ensue if they have set them as blue time rifts. I'm guessing that would be a requirement, but that could have changed after the fact. We don't know. So we got, look how bright this is. That's why I have chosen Cute and Dangerous, one of the mod dies that we got earlier. Actually, was it a mod die or was it an original? I forget. But that's why I've chosen this, so we stick out quite a bit. Because one level is... Excuse me? How did I not wall climb on that? I was against that. Wow, that's a start. Thank you for that. I say this is like a good level and that happens. But yeah, that's why I chose this die, so I kind of stick out like a sore thumb. So you actually know where I am. Because this is a bright but very colourful level. And if I may say, going through this level, it makes me feel like I am like jumping over like frozen orange ice pops. It gives me the vibe of like frozen Sunny D, and I'm swimming in Tango Orange. Not Fanta, because Fanta to me is a lighter, for the background where all the bubbles are. It's more of a, Fanta's more of a yellowy orange to me, while Tango is more of a more deeper brownish orange like this. So it's like I'm climbing on frozen Sunny D, while swimming through Tango. It's quite nice. It makes me hungry for it. Right, so we've got to do some wall jumping shenanigans here. The double jump to start off is key. We don't need to go that way, we need to go forward this way. I would recommend just going straight for the wall, because it's quite rigid, so if you hug it, you won't actually bug out, you'll just spin on the spot, which is helpful, because it's all flat side. How did I do that? Wow. But it's all flat sides, so there's a reason for why it's all flat sides as well, because we've actually got to do another wall jump. Personally, though, this bit here is a bit too spread out, so climbing is a little bit slow, but that's fine. We've played the original Twilight Princess, we know about that. We know how slow things can be. Right, so I'm hugging the wall here, so I'm not moving as much. For some reason where I'm supposed to stand, I'm moving. But what we got to do is double jump up here, and then we can climb up onto the top, where it doesn't spin. And we want to double jump over here. You don't have to lunge, but I kind of did out of habit. We can hook shot up here. Go onto this nice spinning cog. And we've got to wall climb up here. Now this gear is a little bit of a cheeky one considering the camera angle. I will admit, for whatever reason, even in the main game, I'll say this like out of concrete, even in the main game or in mods, when you're wall jumping, I do not know why or wall climbing, the camera has to just implode or spin around. What the heck? The camera did a 180. That weren't on me. Come on, I say this is a good level and then you're bugging out on me. There's no need. Seriously. It's not fair. Right, let's try it again. Let's get up here. There we are. Right. Let's get back on these platforms here. Please don't do it. Thank you. Alright. So, if you can't tell, there are hooks. I mean, looking up is kind of bright, actually. It's a little bit too much, but thankfully you don't need to look up too much. Can do a little lunge there. Have I got the... No, I've got the no-bonk badge. Yeah, I've changed my weapon to fit because... don't need anything rage-inducing. But yeah, I've got the no-bonk badge, so that's fine. In fact, they're in the wrong place. I'm used to having those the other way round. That's just me, though. So, we want to swing over this way. Jump on this spinning platform. Of course, if you don't think you're going to land on it, continue swinging. But we can climb up on this wedge for now. Jump backwards. There's a gear again in a blind spot, but once you land on it, you're good. Get onto this spinning wedge. Now, you've really got to stretch this next jump. 1, 2, lunge, cancel, ha! Nice. Now, so far, I mean, if it wasn't like yellow and orange and nice and shiny, it would be just a normal rift. It would just be a normal blue rift. Here, we're bouncing against the wall and we can't actually move left and right. That's my left analog stick right now. I can't actually direct myself. If you try to let go here, you can't actually climb up, so you're going to have to hook shot again in order to save yourself from falling. This is cool. What you got to do is bounce off the wall at the peak of your swing. Okay, I did not wall climb again, and there was plenty of wall that time, so there's no excuse. Try again. Excuse me! Okay, this was cool, but now it's decided to break. Okay, what's going on? She's not climbing the wall. What you're supposed to do is jump up this way, double jump, and then climb the wall. But for whatever reason, she's refusing to climb the wall. So let me get back over here and try again. There we are! Now you're climbing the wall! What did I do different? Okay, she just gave up halfway. She didn't even do her usual little hobbity steps. She just stopped. It's not just me. My brother Master Aaron's also had trouble with wall climbing in this game of recent time. It must be some bug in the latest update or something that's messed with the wall climbing. Because it's not just me, it's my brother as well. So it's not just me with wall climbing issues. It's not mods. It happens in the Death Wishes, and it's happening a lot more often than it should. For whatever reason, I'm just not wall climbing when I'm supposed to, and then even when I do, Haki just gives up mid-climb. So, what you gotta... I don't normally have trouble with this jump. It's just really messing with me at the moment. Right, okay, here we are. I'm gonna do this. There we are! Okay, so what I did there was a lunge cancel in order to get the extra height, because for whatever reason I just wasn't moving properly. I don't normally have trouble there. In practice on my original file, I didn't have issues. But the first jump is still the most hardest, because it's the first jump that you actually got to know how to do that. But all other jumps onwards, pretty snazzy. And I absolutely love that mechanic, because it's basically just like using the momentum from swinging as like a mega wall jump in a way. So you're literally swinging forward into a wall, bounce off it, and then you go around, up and over. And it's like, I just like that. I don't know what I like about that. I just like it. Right, so we need to hop into this next wedge up here, and then we gotta get up here. I did press X to hookshot, because there is a hookshot target around there, but it didn't go off. Rather than grab the health first. But yeah, this isn't too difficult. It's just, I was just having a lot of jank with climbing walls there. She just absolutely refused to climb the walls. I'm surprised that I salvaged it as many times as I did, to be honest. Because otherwise I would have just plummeted. But that wasn't happening in practice. And like I said, the challenge roads are the only ones I practice, because I want to know where everything is, if there's any collectibles, stuff like that. And I need to get the trophy for myself. Some people have suggested do it the other way, as in do it for the video first, and then like just find out everything needed for the actual video. But since it's already like 2 to 4 mods long, if I did all of them blind, it probably would take longer, and it would be a big old video. And I don't think that would be the best. Excuse me! I was holding the button, she whipped out her weapon, and yet it didn't hook. What is going on? Why are you breaking on me now? I'm not happy with this. I like this level, and you're already making me mad about it It happened again! Oh my lord. I switched to the normal weapon so I can see the hook. The hook gave up mid-use. I didn't let go of the button. Why are you annoying me now? There's no need for that. You're just doing... Again! You're not wall climbing! This is no need. I like this level, and now you're making me mad about it. And it's not the level itself. It's just, again, the basic game mechanics. Why? Why the basic game mechanics? The game's basic physics. That was me spamming, and now I broke myself. There we are. I was panicking there. I didn't want it to break again. I didn't hookshot again, and then it just... I don't know. I'm just not wall climbing again. I don't know why. I just slide along the floor, and it don't work. It's really annoying. That's actually one of the reasons why I legit cannot do the next Death Wish video. When I actually get round to recording it, that's what was supposed to bloody happen. It's in your blind spot, but you would hear the pling when you try to jump. But it just wasn't hookshotting. The hookshot just kept giving up. And funnily enough, that was literally the last jump I needed to do, because now we're at the end. Thank you for annoying me at the very end of one of my... albeit short, but one of my favourite mods that have been in the challenge roads. But alright, so we get a roll for Zesty Orange. Obviously, this is when I grab in the mod timepiece. We have new mods in the Rift Roulette, and funnily enough, it's only one download, but it gives us 11 items, which we'll obviously talk about when we spend some more of our tokens to get stuff in here. But if you know what the items are, then that's probably a dead giveaway. And we get a new ribbon. Hakurei ribbon. If that looks familiar to you, like I said, we'll cover that in a bit. I guess because we're using Death Wish affects Death Wish shenanigans have to annoy me. It may not be related to Death Wish, but it happens during Death Wish. Okay, so now, well, I guess this reflects my mood. Thank you for souring it, game. I truly appreciate. Right, so that chest holds a Dweller Yarn. I had to check my notes on that because it's in a chest, and I've gone into a different file in order to check, because I'm not grabbing yarn, as I've said many a time. That holds a Dweller Yarn, and it's literally just below the start, so that's not a problem. But what is a problem are these ladders that act as pretty much platforming bridges. They're so small, and they actually make a very audible clomp when you land on them. They also bounce when you land on them. They kind of like suspended, but when you land on them, they have to readjust to the extra weight. And it's very precision. It's very precise on trying to climb up. Now, this is where we're supposed to go, and you can actually get additional health if need be from this vending machine if you need to. I don't need that though. I need to come over this way because we're going to get our first token. There's also a time stop yarn here. It's just camouflaged along with the dark bushes, so careful if you don't need that. But what we need to do is come up this way. There we are. Now, I have trouble double jumping to this platform, which I actually nailed as soon. I like how I can nail a jump that I couldn't nail in practice, and yet when I was having any trouble in the previous mod level, physics just outright shat the bed. Thank you. Thank you for continuously proving me wrong. I normally have trouble landing on that platform, so what I tend to do is actually get onto these wooden fences in order to make the first jump. The rest of the way I can get up without issue. I say that, watch what happens. Yep, there we are. You know, I should stop talking. Wow, I say I'll stop talking and I actually do it. It's because I'm concentrating, that's what it is. But, yeah, so that's the first one on top of the tower, near the bushes, I guess. Description on the side of the screen, you know, lingo. But with that, we can actually drop back down. I'll try to not take full damage. I could break some of these boxes up here for some extra ponds, but I don't really need them. I've got 7,000. We're going to get a lot more anyway by continuously failing future death wishes. Some of these platforms won't fall, but some of them will. You know that they won't fall if they're the very dark blue, like black blocks, but the normal blue ones will fall. Got to get up here. Don't worry, you will not slip, despite them being on an angle. Now we finally have a checkpoint. So yeah, what I mean by like it's a little bit challenging is the precision platforming and the fact that if you fall at any point before you get up here, you're back at the very beginning. So keep that in mind. So that's literally the only other checkpoint. I wasn't ready, and I did not salvage that. That's fine. I'm back over here. Why do I have so much trouble in the first one? That actually makes me really annoyed. And it's all because physics decided to break. And that weren't that was not me. What the? How do I do that? Pro tip, don't mention physics when you're about to use physics. Or when you're near an area that will use physics. Alright, so let's go get out the brewing yarn here, brewing hat here. Speaking of yarn, blow all that up, get all that money, but be careful as there is a, well I say be careful if you really want it. There is a sprint yarn there. That's all 3 of the yarn, but we've only had 2 of the Rift tokens for this level at this point. The second one is actually right there. Right next to where we get the sprint yarn. So far, other than the first yarn that was at the very start in a chest, 2 of the 3 yarns have been near 2 of the 3 Rift tokens. So where's the last Rift token? It's actually at the end of the level. So the one yarn ball that was on its own, well, the I did not tell the camera to do a 180 there. Why? That was a smooth swivel as well. I didn't tell it to do that. Gotta hop up there. That's the easiest way to do it. You're supposed to wall jump onto the platform and then do it the other way, but that was a lot easier. As I was saying, the first yarn ball's in a chest near the beginning. The Rift token's on its own in a chest near the end. So what we're going to do is come behind here. You can actually see it because the interactive icon shows up before you're even near it. And in this chest is our final Rift token, except for the mod timepiece that becomes a token, of course. So, as that's near the end, it's pretty much what we had to do before with the Oh, what was that one mod level that we had to do? The Gear Rift, the one that played DuckTales, Moon theme. Whether that spinning platform with all those platforms, it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, with that, I think it's time to actually leave my blue feelings and time to rave. Oh, okay, so the blues does not give a roll. And the final one of, Rainbow Blues did not give a roll either. The final one of the challenge road, that didn't give a final roll either. It just kicked me straight out after completion. So, we're only going to get one additional roll outside of mod Rift tokens. Don't worry, it's not a death wish. You are not on a timer. You don't have to speedrun this. In fact, that makes it more difficult. Take your time. There's no rush. Still got 3 lives though, so despite my problems, I haven't died yet. That's probably going to change in this very level. Right, so I want to take my time and double jump without using the sprint hat. I'm just used to having the sprint hat. I really shouldn't have tried to skip that platform, but I was going to get burned otherwise. There are 2 heart ponds here. These levels are really generous with the heart ponds. The main challenge is just platforming in general, and in my case, if physics want to work. Speaking of physics, we're going to break physics in a minute, and this time they will work to our favour, or they should break to our favour. In fact, I was able to vault that. I didn't think I was going to make it, considering. We need the no-bonk badge, because if you do not do that, then this level is going to be absolute pain for you. I want my splatter back. Because I don't really need the hookshot much. So, you want the no-bonk badge so you can do the no-bonk slide. And the reason being is because that, if you notice at this point, the camera likes to implode when you're trying to do tight precision platforming. Look at these red blocks that fall. We're going to have to, look at this, right there. I've got to jump over here. I've got to somehow get up here really quick, which I didn't do. But then I would have to make my way all the way around that platform that scales upwards that I can't walk on. If you think you can walk on that bit, and that big one in the middle there, you have to platform all the way across the red ones. So you pretty much got to do this, or this is what you intended to do. And then it's like, I can't turn the camera that quick. Holy crap, I actually made it! I did it legit! Are you serious? I couldn't do that in practice. The camera kept swiveling and imploding on me when I was trying to turn it around to see where I was going. Remember, I use a controller, so so my mouse isn't my camera, so I can't like snap it in the directions like what you've seen with Crab Bob in some of our Death Wish videos when I can't do a Death Wish. When he plays with keyboard and mouse, so I believe he plays with keyboard because he's able to use the mouse to move the camera around, so he's able to do very tight turns and platforming without the camera imploding. Obviously, I can't do that because I'm using a controller, but the game's optimized for controllers as well, so it was just tight quarters. But I just made it. I nailed that. That's amazing. And yes, you do get a checkpoint by going up here. But if I can head back down, I'll show you what I normally do to go through here. I feel like that's fair. Lunge in it, and then I normally ride it up here and then grab this ledge. So that's how I do it with the no-bonk badge. But I just thought, I'll show you the way you're supposed to do it, and I actually nailed it. So I am, you know what, that makes up for the failure that we had at the beginning of this video with my Zesty Orange Time Rift, which is my favourite of the 3. Personally, just because I'm the nice and tight difficulty, because I do not like that bit where you have to slide with the no-bonk badge. I only thought of that because I was having trouble climbing up those red platforms. But I nailed it! So this is such a weird video for me. And the music is still jamming. How did I miss that, though? How did I miss that? Let me go grab a pot. This is... But yeah, that's a very nice swerve on expectations, I will mention. Right, so let's land on here. Don't want to be on the inside. Oh shoot! Okay, I'm gonna have to be on the inside now. Or if I want to salvage it, there we are. There we are. I'm all over the place. I've actually completely lost what I was saying now. Oh, I didn't salvage! Okay. That was all over the place. Oh yeah, that's what I was about to mention. If this level, as you just noticed there, the game kind of like just hung with the frames for a second there, and then it just sped back up to get back to where I should have been frame-wise. For whatever reason, this level has a bunch of lag spikes like that, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's so many effects going on and my computer can't handle it. Either that or it's the level, but it only happens for the later half of the level, not for the first half from what I've noticed. I don't know if that's an actual problem with the mod, because, I mean, even Alpine and Subcon have more going on than this. This is just simple geometric shapes. That was a double salvage, that. Woo! Right. Let's get up here. And we are done! No, I got a burnt bottom. Now we are done! Wow, so I nailed something that I normally have trouble with. And with the first mod that I don't have trouble with, physics broke on me. So with 10 trophies done, that is 10 challenge roads that have been released. And we have done them all so far. Considering that it took us only up to 4 challenge roads, the release of the 4th one, in order for us to get the community thanks you achievement, even though we were doing nothing but mods at that point, it's taken us 6 challenge roads to get up to where we are right now in the Death Wishes in the main LP. Not exactly a good ratio, but it's difficult. Anyway, so we've got up to 7 tokens, so we can spend up to 2 extra spins to check out more of the mods that we got before. The ribbon that we just got is a kid's hat flare, so that pretty much means it's a basic item. And I like how they actually place the badges as well. Like, they actually place them in places you would expect other than the other ribbon, but it's not symmetrical either. They're all patched anyway. Anyway, let's go and spend the other 2 rolls that we have worth of tokens, because we've got more stuffs. We might as well take a remix, why not? Zune, Awakening of the Earth Spirits. New Subterranean Animism track has been opened for Spaceship Hub. So this will actually play in the spaceship, so if we equip this... Oh, it's probably not going to play because we're already here, so that'll be something that we'll have to sort out at some other point. I probably won't even have it on, to be honest. I might deactivate it. Let's go for one more roll. I don't want to go for another remix, if possible. No, I don't want to go for a remix, if possible. Ah, here we are. I actually know what this hat is. Ordinary Magician's Hat. Looks very frilly, but also quite basic for what it is. Of course, it is a brewing yarn hat. A brewing yarn hat. Brewing hat, as you would expect. So, that's not bad. Let me go and see if we can actually listen to this music that we just got. Where are you? Wow, well, this is getting to be a pretty big thing. Everything that is in the Rift Roulette right now is from the Touhou Chireiden Pack Ultimate Maiden Edition by Chararamosh. The time has finally come for Hat Kid and Bow Kid to be able to show their armpits. But seriously, those damn armpits. They're the reason this mod took so much time. Hello, random human being. This mod includes several things based on characters from Touhou Subterranean Animism. So, if you don't know about the Touhou series, they're infamous for basically having shrine maidens and witch anime girls, basically, shooting each other with magical powers and cards, charms and the like, and they're pretty much like the pinnacle of over-the-top bullet hell shooters. It's pretty much what is the go-to for bullet hell shooters. You're literally just a little maiden trying to shoot whatever's coming across you like a normal space shooter. However, the entire screen is filled to the bloody breaking point with bullets, and your hitbox is literally the middle of you, and you've just got to scrape and wiggle your way through without getting hit in order to just get even a slight bit further through. Those are the main Touhou games. The most recent ones have been either like versus games, which I have played a couple of them. Some of them are also 3D looking. Some of them are on the Switch actually, so that's pretty cool, because I don't think the Wii got any of them, and the Wii U certainly didn't. So yeah, so you can actually get these like elsewhere. So I had to off-click it in order to get the mouse up. So it actually gives you a list on what there is. So Hakurei, so you got Reimu's dress, you got Marisa's dress, Koishi's dress. So the hat that we got, I believe, is Marisa's. I believe that's correct. I can't remember who's who. I definitely know that Reimu's the one is the maiden in red. That's pretty much what Hat Kid is in the thumbnail here. But you also got Reimu's ribbon, so that's what we got. It's a kid's hat Flair. Marisa's hat, yeah, so I was right, for the Brewing hat Flair. And we also got Koishi for the Dweller mask. We got remixes for Subterranean Animism tracks, so we've got one of those. But apparently there are... Yeah, so there are 5 remixes. That's not 7.5, because that makes no sense. That's actually 5 remixes. So, as you can see, so that's 6 items plus 5. All of these items are available in the Rift Roulette customer support online party. So if you have DLC 2, you can play with up to 50 people, and they're compatible as long as other people have them installed. Even if you do not have Online Party Plus mod installed. So they have like a light version of Online Party Plus. The reason why I haven't showcased that mod yet is because we're not doing online at the moment. Basically, Online Party Plus is a mod-based quote-unquote patch that allows more complex mods to be used in Online Party, and it also gives a couple of extra modes. Please do not complain about armpits, because I'm guessing that was the thing. So, we've only seen a fraction of what that is. We've literally only seen a quarter. So, we're going to have to get back into that at some point. But there is other stuff that we do have to cover, but I think I might leave mods for now. As I've said, I do plan on looking at that visual novel, but I might as well update right now in person that the creator of the 2nd anniversary quote-unquote visual novel joke mod that, you know, with the actual thing was the description, but the mod isn't, that was intended to piss me off. So, I mean, I put that as, like, comments during the mod itself, but to say it in person, that was confirmed to piss me off. And there is a mod that he suggested, and I do plan on making a themed video on that, but I think I might want to actually get back to the Death Wishes, because we've done quite a lot of mod videos recently. We need to kind of split it up a bit, and, yeah, I've been putting it off for long enough, so we're going to have to get on with that. So in the next episode, for Hats Off to You, it's either the next challenge or if I do not get to it for 2 weeks. There's not going to be a Halloween special mod video, because the Halloween mod that I wanted to show off is actually broken. It needs to be recooked, so I'm not going to show that off. So there's nothing special for Halloween for Hat in Time related, but we're doing the Death Wishes, that's related enough. And in the next Death Wish video, obviously, we're going to be having an icy grave. See you guys then.